Okay, so there's been an uproar about the 2024 Olympics, and the question is, should we boycott the Olympics, aka stop watching it? Well, of course, that all depends on what side of the fence you sit on when it comes to religion, specifically Christianity. But there's one thing that I hope that all of us can agree on, whether you're a religious person, you're atheist, agnostic, or whatever else. And we're about to talk about that right now, bro. But first, This right here is what's causing the bulk of the uproar. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I had to educate myself on this before I even made an opinion. Because at first glance, I'm like, yeah, duh, it's totally the Last Supper. But then I see people saying that it's not. Like, what is it then? And they're saying that it's actually this. It's called the Feast of Dionysus, I think is how you pronounce his name. And basically what they're saying is, according to Travis Akers, the feasting scene during the Olympics opening ceremony was a representation of the Feast of Dionysus, Greek god of festivity and feasting and ritual and theater. The Olympics are from Greek culture, makes sense. French culture is deeply rooted in feasting and festivity and performing arts, also makes sense. And then right below it, someone puts, and yet it looks nothing like the Feast of Dionysus. Just because you add a blue freak that's supposed to represent Dionysus at the very end, it doesn't change what it actually is. I actually believe two things can be true. I believe that they 100% could be making a mockery of the Last Supper, and then they also could be adding this guy in there to kind of put a spin on it and add to the scene and try and make it seem different, or almost put a guise over what they're actually trying to do. But anyways, let's play the video.
The Olympics opening ceremony was a disgrace, and because I explained why it was a disgrace in my last video, which got over 3 million views in just a few hours, it got taken down for harassment and bullying. But you know what? For some people, reenacting the Last Supper like it was a drag show and having private parts sticking out when there's children around,
See, this right here is what I'm talking about. This is what I hope we can all agree on, no matter what you believe in, whatever religion you are, if you're not religious, whether you have kids, whether you don't have kids. I hope that we can at least agree on this part being absolutely disgusting, bro. And this is wildly inappropriate to have some dudes balls out when there are kids watching. Dude, come on, man. Let's take the television setting away. Let's just take the TV away, right? If you go outside right now and you just whip it out, you know you're catching a charge, right? Can we at least understand that and agree on that? You know you're catching a charge. You can't just go outside and whip it out and expect to just walk home free and unscathed. That's not gonna happen, bro. You're going to jail. So if that's the case, then why is it okay to do that and show that on international TV? I have kids, man. I think about if I was watching it with them, I'm like, damn, what if my girls were watching that with me? Because they like gymnastics. This is crazy. It's disgusting.
Having private parts sticking out when there's children around, that can also be considered harassment and bullying. For years, we've been bullied into compliance to accept things that don't even make sense. So I'll say it again because my content is about empowerment and I don't depend on views for a check. We shouldn't give the Olympics any attention, and instead we should focus on winning in our own lives. And when they realize that they have no more viewership, maybe they'll change their tune. And when they change their tune, we'll be so busy fulfilling our own dreams that we'll have moved on from their bread and circus proposition, and the Olympic flame will eventually
I think that's true. Here are my final thoughts. As for this scene, I absolutely believe that they were making a mockery of the Last Supper. It looks nothing like the Feast of Dionysus. Bro, I'm not saying that you guys would have to be naked to recreate this scene properly, but these two pictures look nothing alike. Also, Barbara Butch, who played the alleged Jesus, was posting some questionable things on her Instagram stories. One of them being a repost from someone who was tagging all the artists that was involved in this production, where they of course tag Barbara first because she's the center of the whole thing, where per Google Translate, it translates sorry but at Barbara Butch in Olympic Jesus, and then they continue to go on and kind of name the iconic moments in this scene. Now, Barbara, why would you repost this if you weren't actually playing Jesus? Because if someone was getting it wrong on who you were supposed to be representing, why wouldn't you check them? Or at least not repost it? Come on, man, it's so clear, Stevie Wonder can see it. And then there's this one. Why would you repost this one? I want to know that. Someone tagged Barbara in this, and she reposted on her stories, as you can see, and it says, oh yes, the new gay testament. And then they tagged, I guess some of the people that were in this scene. Listen, man, the disrespect of Christ is crazy, bro. They would never in a million years disrespect Islam. And you already know we can't say anything about Jewish people. But anyways, let's read the comments. As a former Olympian, I haven't watched it because I see very clearly the agenda, propaganda, how the athletes been treated, sleeping on cardboard beds with no air conditioning, enough food like eggs and meat, etc. It seems they're more interested and fascinated with the movie stars instead of the real athletes that sacrificed and worked so hard to be there and so much since they were little children. I know because I was one of them. Yeah, man, it's freaking crazy, bro. I don't get it. Perverted also. When was it acceptable to show men's genitalia on TV for a sporting event? Thank you. Come on, bro. I'm trying to watch sports, bro. I'm not tuning in to see this dude's freaking nuggets, bro. Like, come on, man. This is out of pocket. It's crazy. What did that opening have to do with celebrating athletes in their countries? I have no idea. Nothing. I argue nothing. Nobody wants to watch something that is not family friendly where the Olympics are concerned. I agree. I 100% agree. At the end of the day, man, a lot of times people are watching it together in groups and as families, as a team at home, as, you know, whoever. Like, they're not typically watching it by themselves. Like, it's like a thing you get together. It's every 4 years. It's like a big deal when the Olympics are on. So there's a clear agenda of what they're trying to do. Whether or not it's disrespecting religion or whatever, or trying to indoctrinate kids or whatever the case is, it was wrong. I don't know how people don't see it. Well, I don't know how some people don't see it. I know a lot of people do. Hopefully this video ends up on the right side of the algorithm, because sometimes you get put in the wrong side, you get a bunch of hate comments, whatever, whatever, I'm here for it. Give me some engagement. I appreciate it. Just remember this. Everyone has their own agenda. Everything has its own propaganda, and everyone is pushing their own thing. So yeah, I won't be watching the rest of the Olympics. And I'll be honest with you, it's not like I was super excited to watch the Olympics anyways. I don't want to be one of those fake boycotters. Like, you remember a couple years ago, there was like the outrage with the whole Gucci situation. Black people all over the freaking world were like super pissed off, talking about, yeah, bro, we gotta stick with our people, man. We gotta boycott Gucci. Like, nah, brother, let's not do that. Like, come on, brother. You wasn't buying Gucci any damn way, and neither was I. But anyways, for the people that watch this and are outraged and wondering, like, what do we do? Do we take the streets? I say just don't watch it. Just like my dad always says, you gotta hit him in the pockets. Don't tune in for the Olympics and don't give him any viewership. I think there's still like a week and a half of games left, and so when they realize that nobody's watching, they'll be forced to move differently next time around. And also remember that these athletes are still gonna go out and do their thing regardless. Whether or not we're watching, they're still gonna get to win medals and enjoy the fruits of the labor for all the hard work they put in all these years to get there. So yeah, man, that's it. Appreciate y'all watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I respond to everyone. I'll see y'all next time.